I think it's going. Yeah, we're going. Okay, good. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, you can go away. I don't want to listen to you. But hello, everyone. Welcome to Railroads Online. Or I should say welcome back, I suppose. As you can recall, last time we were as busy working on the, okay. Last time we were busy working on the house thing. If you're wondering why I'm just sort of chilling on the menu screen right now, I'm just honestly, I am trying to bide myself some time, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. Not gonna lie, my voice feels like death right now. I think yesterday's stream kind of killed it, but welcome back. As you can see, I actually did go ahead and pick up the all yellow cars. The only issue is that this is a different shade of yellow, which I was not expecting. But yeah. Damn it. Ow. Don't mind me, I'm just currently dying. It's fine. Anyway, as you can see, we're still over here. You might be wondering where the class 48 is, and the answer is somewhere down at the logging camp. I actually do not remember where I put it. I didn't remember saving here at all, actually. What the fuck? Where am I? Wait, no, not at the logging camp. Sawmill? Where there's a train it would have been hauling. Where the hell did I leave this thing? I follow the rails, eventually I'll find it, I'm sure. I don't remember. Did we work on this? Like, did you guys get to see me work on this? Or was this something I did on my own last night? Whatever the case, we have a new little cool bridge section that goes over the water. I kind of like having the concrete stuff, the wall, whatever you want to call it, in the middle out here a little bit too, acting like it's holding up more of the bridge. But I don't know. Maybe I'll remove it and just put full bridge. As you can see, I've reworked this, so now this has a bumper at the end. So hopefully, I won't drive my train into the lake. Oh, there we are. What are you doing all the way out here? I must have turned you around and then left. Why'd I leave? Especially without you. You're out of steam. Let me guess, you're completely cold, so your fire isn't even ready. Also, I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to leave this section back here empty. The little wood rack back here, the bunk, whatever you want to call it. Again, bunkers are typically for coal. Wood racks are, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're for wood. And I think I'm gonna let the tender here be for fuel, uh, at least for fire, because that sounds like it would make more sense than most of anything else. Yeah, we're cold water-wise. Great, brilliant. How did you run out of fuel? I mean, I guess it's an online game. It doesn't technically pause. I wish it would, though, if it was just you. Although that would be... I guess I don't know how you'd program that. How would you program that? I don't actually know. For some reason, turntables always scare me. Especially in this game. Especially, like, right next to, like, a lake. Like, it's not that hard. I don't have to, like, pull a fucking Gordon in the ditch. Or... What is that episode's name? It's gonna bother me. Whatever. Either way. Phone, stop it. It's fine. I got called with a scam number in the middle of yesterday's stream. My phone just sat there buzzing. I'm like, I don't really know what to do about that. Like, the only reason I have it over here next to me while I'm streaming is in case I'm needed for something. You know, like work calls or folks call or anything like that. Not that that's likely to really ever happen, but just in case. Can you make it that far? Because you don't really have a whole lot for speed right now, but if you make it to the turn and the drop, you should be fine. Should be. I think. Oh, I don't have to worry anymore anyway. That's pretty insane though. We've gone through over 1,100 units of water. Because I don't know what it's measured in. I would offer an actual measurement, but I don't know what it's measured in. Oh, the trees are really looking for a fight, aren't they? I think they're real clever. Show them. They're going to regret the fact that they ever chose to try to fight me. That's the wrong way around. Hello? I hate the re-railing mechanic. And the 48's trying to run away. It's actually doing really good at running away. Holy shit, it's fast. Stop running away from me! Come back here and let me help you get back up to the train. You motherfucker, come back. Stop it! Okay. At least it wasn't going very fast. I think if I let it go much farther, though, because all this section here is basically downhill. Can I shunt these, or will I be too strong? Oh, I can shunt. Oh. All I can ever think of when I'm shunting is just different little scenes from Thomas and Friends. Which I know is stupid. But, like, for whatever reason, that's all my brain goes to. Okay, I think everything's alright now. We should be all connected up. Should have all the brakes unbound or untied. We should be good to go. Oh, yeah, are we connected here? Well, that's a problem. I don't need to go very far, just about there. Maybe a bit of that. Let me say, hey, let's back the rear of my train up. Stop. I need to stop going to 100 immediately. Because as you can see, everything like tries to go upward for whatever reason whenever I do that. And I don't know why it all does that. It shouldn't. There's no real reason for it to. But I can shift up to 100 now, because it's at 12 on the reg. Or 12 on the speedometer, whatever you want to call it. On the speedo. Which an engine like this wouldn't have, but I'm glad that we get the option to know how fast all the engines go. Anyway, you might have noticed the title says that we're going to be getting a new engine as well, and we are. I just got to get to my locale, because we're going to be getting a new engine that's going to be chilling out on the main line for now, because we don't have its branch line set up. But we're also going to be going ahead and testing it a little bit, and going ahead and working on this little branch line. Which, if you didn't know, is what this would be considered technically, because you have your main line that goes. How does the main line go? Does it go this way? I think the main line goes like this technically. I know it goes this way at least, because it's going into the zone here. In fact, you can see the main line from the branch line in a little bit here. You didn't know there's a leaning option in the game. I didn't know that that was a thing originally, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know, but it's very, very weird. I wish it was more effective. Because as it stands, it's just better to, like, literally stand at the edge of your cab and go, huh. Anyway. You'll see it in a moment here, but I need to shut off Steam. We're also going to be improving the logging camp a little bit today. How are we slowing down so much? This isn't even uphill. Like, I'd get it if it was uphill. I must have a brake tied somewhere. Oh, does the tender still have its brake? No. Why am I slowing down? Well, now I'm picking up speed. Which is fine, I need to be able to stop my cars in the right spot. I'm going to be running a shipment of logs up to the logging camp because may or may not have spent a couple hours last night just collecting beams. Lumber? Beams. Lumber. I was busy collecting lumber. That's what it was. I know that sounds like I'm lying, because I didn't know what the fuck I was collecting. But, God, what the hell is with my voice? That actually kind of hurts. There's like junk in it. I don't like it. Make it stop. Anyway, we're gonna have to move this little tiny section of track. I think that's what the goal was originally. It looks like I have it set up for it anyway. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Did I have it set up for this? Huh. Well, the more you know. Anyway, so we hit 5. We let it just sort of coast out this way. Put down your turntable. I can teach you guys how I build my things, I guess. So we take your bumper. You notice that the bumper kind of wants to connect in a couple areas, but it's not very accurate. So you go down here, you grab your ballast, you go, hey, I want to connect you. And it goes, sure. You pull this out to about 7.9, I think it is, or 8.3. It seems to vary a little bit, and I don't know what causes it. I think the measurement system is inaccurate. But, yeah, that's a little too much. So you destroy your ballast, and obviously you're thinking, well, we can't put the ballast back. The answer to that is, no, we can. We just gotta pull ourselves back enough that it connects back here somewhere. Because that's what the actual connection point is. 7.2. It looks like for this one, which is bizarre, because it's the same length as every other fucking bumper. But I'm not gonna complain. That would be goofy. And yeah, no. Now you got your little bumper. I know you might be wondering, well, how do I do that with ballast? Because ballast doesn't connect to the rails in a way that looks nice. Ballast kind of does its own little thing. Where or embankment, sorry. Where it doesn't do anything. It doesn't try to connect. So for that, you actually have to figure out at what level you're going to be having your bumper at, which is a pain. This is why I just don't bother. I go, well, they spend a little bit of extra money on the stops because if a runaway train comes through, that's what they're gonna need. So that's my whole reasoning for why it does things the way it does. We'll go ahead and we'll uncouple. We'll make sure that the front of the train has a connection. I really like this section of the line. It's very pretty. It's very open, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish there was a little bit more for building around, which I can fix. I can add in more buildings. Because as it stands, they're all over there on this really hard to live on, like, fucking mountain. When there's this nice open prairie. But I can't really build anything until I have the main line go by, because you don't want to build too close to the main line. That's, engines moving at least 15 miles an hour. I know technically everywhere around here is at least 15, but in the real world, yards like this would be like 10, if we're lucky. Like, it wouldn't be a... yeah. The only issue is that it's really hard to maintain 10 while pulling, because if whatever, at least on the Class 48, it might be easier with the other locomotives. I don't know. Might be easier with our locomotive that we're going to be buying in a little bit here. How much is it, actually? I know I'm being all weird and skeptical. And I know people don't tend to like that when people do that. I myself, I'm not a huge fan. Ugh. Do I do... I think I'm gonna change out what that is. That's the wrong button. Why are those all right there? I need to remap them so that they're not right next to each other, because I hit the middle of them all the time. It's getting to be a bit annoying. But no, we're going to be picking up a Terminal, which I might actually be able to afford right now. Maybe. Is the Terminal coal-powered? I don't even remember. I think it's coal-powered. Yeah, it's coal-powered. 3,400. So no. No, it's not. It's a little bit weaker than the... yeah. It's a little bit weaker than the than the class 48. Just a little bit weaker than the class 48, I think. I can actually check, hold on. Yeah, it's just about 900-ish less tractive effort. Which is weird because this is a much bigger engine. You would think that would give it more grip to the rails. But I guess not. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand it. But no, it's gonna be a little bit more because I want to do it up nicely. Which means that, because, it looks like an engine that would have that sort of rounded lamb. Ew. And I do think I like it in the green, honestly. Although the black is much more uniform with most of the rest of my trains. I kind of hate that, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the engines that are black. That sounds weird. Don't take that out of context. But the trains that are painted, like the Class 48. The Class 48 is done up in such a grand style because well, there's no other choice, but also because I wonder if I could mod it into the game. I don't know, it doesn't really have workshop support, so it'd be really annoying to try to mod in, but um I think well that's pretty. Maybe I'll do it in that blue. Like gray blue color. That is really pretty. Otherwise there's the old worn down look, which I'm also kind of a fan of. I wish more engines had this livery. Like, old, worn out. But that doesn't really sit well with the quote unquote company that runs these lines. So I think I'm gonna go with this blue. Because that is really cool. Honestly, though, the Class 48 is one of my favorites to drive. So if this thing's any better, so 3,500. Oh, I had 3,500. No way. What am I down to now? 190. Well, let's go say hello to our new friend, eh? Come along, old boy. That's not set right, the points. So do be careful. Let me run ahead of you, actually. Just don't hit me. For the love of God, don't hit me. Ah, we can run her down the line. It'll be fine. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll bump into the terminal and push it back. I think technically we'll be in its way. But that's fine. I do want to see how strong it is. So if it can manage to push the Class 48 with its tender, I'll already be happy. Because it'll have to push them uphill. Very little, yeah. Alternatively, I'll probably shunt it. So, hold on, let me go swap it, the track it's on. We'll push it back a little bit. And we'll get the Class 48 turned around. And just sort of on the turntable. We'll let it chill there. Well, the turntables are kind of dangerous in this game, because occasionally they just completely delete engines. Don't ask me why. They just do. That is really pretty, though. I'm very, very happy about this. I'm hoping this will be one of those engines that I get that'll just be very cool. Yeah, look at that. It's red and blue. I love that. Two rival, two rival branch lines. Perhaps even rival engines. Or maybe secret lovers. Who knows? Why are we still... Oh. It's like, wait. Why am I still moving? I'm not the one moving. It's the train. Okay, hold on. Stop. You need to stop and back up. We'll apply your braking. Oh, fatal error has occurred. Well, I've never had that happen while I'm streaming. Usually it fatal errors on me when I'm playing on my own. Did you guys actually see the fatal error message? I don't think you did. Which is insane to me. So, I get to go back to all this. There's that autosave. I think I'm in the Terminal's workshop there. So, yeah, that'd be today. Let's go! This is why we have our game autosave, people. This right here is exactly why. Ooh, is it going to struggle to load the autosave because I was technically not in existence anywhere? It's thinking. Hey, we're back. I'm just gonna save. Cause yeah. Not M. E. Yeah, we have to go by the terminal again. That's alright. At least it's not that hard. Hardest thing is actually finding it in the list. I wish that there was a better way to sort it. Like it would give you the option and come up be like, ah, rolling stock, engines, or like coaches? I don't know. They're technically rolling stock, but what little do you have for smokestacks? Oh my god, we could make you actually have the same one as the Class 48. I'm not going to because that looks stupid on you. That looks dumb too, but it looks better than the other one. There's another one. There's actually some weird ones on here. Obviously, we're going to have to test its top speed. And we didn't even number it or name it. Whoops. This is going to be the number 10 on the line. I know what you're thinking. Wait, why are we buying the number 10? The answer is, I don't know. Good question. And we shall name you. Should be dubbed Stanley. I feel like that's a good name for you. You look like a Stanley. Stanley. Of the Hillside Transport Co. I don't think that'll show up, which sucks, but oh well. I think you'll help us out though today. God, that looks like Arthur. The what the hell is Arthur from Thomas and Friends? What is he? I don't actually know. I think it's just the body shapes are similar enough. Well, we're gonna go back and greet our new companion again. Run, Percy! Run! Percy! Wait! The points! Percy! We went back in time! The points, Percy! No, Percy, the points! Ah! Okay, we got it. 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 I think we'll let Stanley over onto the branch line for a little bit. He can run up and try out some of the cool stuff about the branch line. Because I want to test his pulling power, I want to test his top speed, amongst a few other little things. I think it'd be really cool, personally. That being said, I wonder if it's going to be faster than the Class 48. It has more driving wheels, so theoretically it'll be slower, but more powerful. Or it'll just be stronger. Because it also has the trailing and the other wheels, the pony truck. I don't really know what the trailing wheels proper name is. That's just sort of what I've started calling them. I think they're both ponies technically, but it's fine. Hello, I'm here to shunt you real quick. Oh, well, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Come back. I'll maneuver you myself, I guess. Well, you do not have any steam of your own right now. That much is very apparent. Excuse me, you weren't supposed to do that. Well, I can already tell we're gonna have lots of fun with you. Oh, interesting. I've never seen the inside of a terminal. Or at least the end game ones. Is that my break? No. Is this my break? This is my break. Eh? Why would these windows open? Why wouldn't you do your side windows? I guess I don't know where they'd open to. Does this open? Dude, this cabin is really fucking open. I like that. That's nice. It doesn't feel quite as cramped. Uh, right. I can't even test any of that out yet because you don't have a firebox. How do I? Right. It's a right click, then a left click. So there's my regulator. Here is my throttle. Sander. Where's the cylinder cocks? Or does this one not have them? This has a compressor. Oh, so it's got air brakes. Which means that it uses steam, I think, for this one. Unless this is one of those ones that have electric in the engine, which would be kind of cool. Anyway, we'll let this thing get up to heat, because I don't actually know what all it needs. Don't worry, 48, it's not going to replace you. I know you're oh so concerned about your precious spot on the, what's the flagship engine. We're just testing out a new engine. That's all. I still gotta order in a new tender for him. Because I hate the Lake Valley PR tender. So what I think or RR tender, what I think I'm gonna do is when I do pick up the new tender, is I will definitely, yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, I don't think. And I know I'm not actually finishing my thoughts. Assuming it works, I think I will give the class 48 two tenders. I mean, worst comes to worst, it doesn't work out like I was hoping it would, and I go, oh, well, that's a shame. Oh well, back to the front. Only issue with that is two tenders are going to be really big. Like, really, really big. Or long. So, turning the train around on a turntable is going to suck. Because turntable 2 isn't quite big enough for it. We need like a turntable 3. Just an absolute beast of a turntable. Well, I might be able to... Yeah, I could totally fit one in. I would just have the front and back of the train and tenders hanging off the edges a little bit. Which, technically I don't think is allowed. In accordance to railway safety, but, well, go away, fly. Ew. There's a fly that keeps attacking me. Might be that same one from yesterday. I have no idea. Would hope not. Like, I wandered around smacking flies the other day after stream, but I don't know. Are you up to steam already? Oh, nice. What is your boiler pressure? 130. Your fuel capacity is the same as the Class 48, it would seem. Let's see, what else? Anything interesting? You have compressed air for the brakes, I would imagine, which is something that the 48 needs. You have 110 as your water temp for boiling. Your water level is at about 2,000. Already at 17. Still feels like you got stuff left to give, so we'll see what happens. I think this is an all-metal engine, apart from the cab. The cab looks like it might actually still be wood. Oh, okay, we have the worst sounding horn in the game so far. Even the fucking Porters is more effective than Neo. Okay. Shut off regulator. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. But we'll suck it up and we'll get running. I want to... Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. You can go 2 miles an hour faster than the... Okay, so you are built for speed. I mean, technically. Because there's your pony truck, there's trailing wheels, there's all your drivers. I think you could go faster if you had some drivers back here, but it'll be fine. Nice! 20 miles an hour! That's the fastest engine we own! Let's go see about doing some good old-fashioned work on the yard. Hauling logs, shunting, and shit. You're not a tank engine, but you're also not a tank engine. I mean, I guess technically you are a tank engine. It's just... When I think tank engine, I think small. The Porter. Or technically the Class 48. Although that's not really small, that's more of a medium-sized engine to me. This does not feel like a tank engine. Is the 10 mile a tank engine? I heard someone call it a 10 mile previously in a video, so I'm not sure if it said 10 mile or 10 mil, but... What? I'm an adult. Ah, weird. Okay, I don't know. I assume this technically counts as a tank engine because it doesn't have a tender. But it could just be called a train, too. I have no idea. So what is the compressed air for? Is it to help stop? I think it is to help stop. Could I use this as an express engine? I mean, for now. It's coal-powered. Which is interesting. It's, How's your light, actually? I didn't even think about that. It's one of the things that I hate with some of my other engines, is just that they have shitty-ass lights. You seem to suffer from the same issue when it comes to speed, though, as the Class 48 does. Wherein, like, I literally cannot control you. You're off. You run, that's all. It's not a bad thing. Okay, so yeah, the compressed air is tied to the brakes. Interesting. The brake housing actually makes noise on this one. I would hope it would, but like at the same time, that's a little bit annoying. Also, you do surprisingly good on my turns so far. Good. I think I might actually be able to take big engines down here. Like real proper engines. Which I know makes it sound like this is not a proper engine. Hold on. God, this thing looks like the start to the diesels. Yeah, it seems to be pretty happy with the rails. I mean, it's definitely a little weirded out by them, but it runs pretty well. God, for 20 it feels slow. Like I think it's just because of its size. What's that, your lamp? What's your lamp like? You actually got a pretty decent lamp. Also, I can just walk out the fucking window. Oh, what? Hold, shit. Fuck. Hold on. Stop. 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 Where's your brake? There's your brake. Stop. They don't have their. And I suppose it doesn't have a pipe leading to a few pistons back here. It could probably go a lot faster if it did. I'm just saying, it probably could. Although it would probably only be good for straight line speed then. Maybe it's a good thing it doesn't. I think we'll make it so that the little engine line it runs on gets blue cars, if it gets any that have paint jobs. Well, I'm glad that's not a real thing. Should take it a while to actually run out of fuel though, because coal burns a lot longer than wood does. Like wood fires are pretty short-lived. Coal fires are pretty decent, usually. Okay, so clearly I hit those in the wrong spot. Yeah, at least it's still filling. Sorry, it's very fun to watch that thing just fill up logs. I don't know why. It's almost hypnotic. Let's all back up. I don't know how you're gonna handle hills, especially under load. Hopefully it won't be bad. You know, I really do hate this whistle. Like, I thought I didn't like the whistle on the Class 48, but this one is just something else. To be honest with you, it's kind of gross. I don't know. Oh, I was like, why is the whistle not making me? Oh, that's a break. Alright, so I think we can go forward now. I think. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't seem all that bothered by the hill, even. How much is a Shay, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? I know I haven't really said anything. I don't like the Shay. The Shay is a bad engine, at least in game. I don't know about real life, but yeah. Well, that there's the climax. Another engine I just don't like. MXs are fucking expensive. Although they do pull a lot, so that could be why. Isler's Rebasins. Nope, there's the Shay. 2,500. Ugh. I don't I don't know. I don't like the Shay personally. Like it doesn't look like a good engine. It looks like someone threw it together in like 10 minutes. Like, there was always that one kid at school that like just didn't do the project. That's this. That's the project that came out. So I don't know. I will say, however, this thing is surprisingly effective at just casually sprinting. Like it is it's also pretty good about choosing its own speed. It doesn't seem too bothered by all the weight being pushed on it. Oh, nope, never mind. I spoke too soon. As soon as that other last two cars made it over the edge, it went, hey, you want to know what I realized? I could be going fast. And I went like, well, I mean, yeah, you could have done that this entire time. Yeah, no, it did. It actually seems pretty okay with the track. Which is a bit surprising, all things considered. I figured it would have been pissed. Still such a gross whistle. It's nice though. I like the blue and gold on it. She's definitely running hard. I wonder how good she is going uphill. I don't really have a good hill section. Everything's pretty much at a 2%. Apart from there, this all here is pretty insane with its levels occasionally. Looks like it's doing alright though. The 48 wouldn't have ever slowed down enough in order to be running at these speeds, but maybe it's that 1,000 less horsepower. I don't know. I think we're doing okay. I think this thing is as long as the pickup station. I was thinking about how to improve it. It's like, oh, I could throw a tender on it. Now that really wouldn't really do a whole lot. Unless I rode it around with an empty tender. Just had water in it. But at that point, I might as well just pick up a coal tender, get it a bigger tent, get it so it can have more coal. Yeah, at least we have more logs. Hopefully that means that the logging camp will actually fill up a little. To be honest with you, this feels like it'd be a proper engine to have doing what it's doing now, though. You would just connect it up at the back and have it push the entire way. I don't know. Because it feels like an engine that could run up and down the line both ways top speed without too much of a worry. Or maybe not top speed, but a good enough speed. Wow, we are just consuming logs. To be fair, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I spent a long time yesterday just hauling fucking lumber. Because it pays pretty well. It does pay out pretty well, actually. But at the same time, you know, it's lumber. Damn, that is. So how many did we get? 2 per 1 log. That's crazy. I think the only reason we're getting 2 though is because I'm full up on beams. I don't know. I don't necessarily enjoy how I have this set up and positioned. I'm very tempted to go out and figure out how to put it, like, on the water. Because I want the logs to look like they're in the water. I don't know. That would require rebuilding all of the track to here, which would suck. Damn, must have a really small firebox on this thing now. This is a nice, powerful engine, though. I do like its speed. Ooh, it gets a little rocky. So it seems to have some of the same issues that the, Oh, 21. I'm impressed. But no, it seems to have some of the same issues that the Class 48 does, where it gets all weird and, like, wobbly. So, I don't know. I don't know at all. It's, quite the interesting little engine. Okay. So we're gonna go back and, pick up some more logs. Like another delivery forward. We'll run her full forward this time. I'm actually quite tempted to see how it does with a full load of logs all the way from here up to the town. I might test that, but or at the very least run it all the way up to the town. See, I think that's what I'll do. It is really good at stopping compared to the Class 48. Class 48 sucks in that regard. It has like zero fucking braking power. Which, I don't know if you know this or not. It's not exactly ideal. Okay, I'm eyeballing it. I think I'm at the right spot. Yeah, I'm at the right spot. I'm just that good. I'm the greatest. We'll leave our cars up at the sawmill, though. I don't know. This thing feels like it would have a lot of pride in itself if it had an actual personality. And the name Stanley, I don't know. Does that fit? I think Sir Stanley would have been better. Sir Stanley would have been much better. I'm just saying. I think you could do some pretty cool stuff. Sorry, I'm not out of breath. I was drinking water. So I guess I was technically out of breath somehow from drinking water. I don't know what that means for me. I really don't. This does feel like an actual logging engine, though. I feel like I've seen this thing in, like, pictures of the logging companies of America. Maybe not. But I want to say I have. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just as long as it does its job is all I care about. But I feel like the other day I saw a photo someone sent in the Railroads Online subreddit because I asked the question of, hey, where do you guys still put your industries on the map? Do you play with them standardly, or do you run around, delete them all real quick, and then put new ones down as you're progressing? And someone commented, well, I typically don't care where mine are, so long as they make some historical sense. So, like the sawmill I put over in like the swampy area next to the lake. And I went, well, that sounds kind of cool. And he's like, yeah, your other photo reminded me of the swamp trains. And I'm like, swamp trains? And they're like, yeah, they had trains that went underwater, drove, being somewhat submerged in water. And I went, well, how did they maintain those? Like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's the sad part. They really didn't, because as soon as they got done with the logging in that area, they just sort of abandoned whatever they had there and moved on to the next spot. And I went, oh, well, that's actually really depressing to think about. Like, you have these beautiful ass steam engines and whatnot that just sort of got left in bayous and swamps and shit to rust away into nothingness. I have to wonder how much of them, how many, and how much of them are still out there. Like, surely eventually somebody came along and went, okay, well, there's these just random fucking engines that nobody owns, so I guess we'll scrap them. Because at least if they've been scrapped, there's a good chance that they've been turned into something else. Melted down, used for parts, whatever. Rather than just sitting there rusting away. I don't know what sounds worse, being just left to die, or, like, I don't know. Like, that sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible. Honestly, it almost sounds frightening. It could just be me, though. Are we good to go? Cool. I wasn't even paying attention. I looked away for a few seconds because my phone lit up again. I didn't realize. I hope we weren't ready to go for very long. Also, I like that bell design. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't even feel like this thing is exerting any effort. It's just rolling. It keeps rolling, 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 rolling. I don't actually know how the song goes. But no, this thing strikes me as the type that would hate to do goods work just with how it looks. Like, it definitely seems like the type that if it were to have a personality, would definitely be like the snobby, like, oh, I'm too good to do goods work. I only pull passenger trains. Clean, sensible trains, you know? Noisy cars hold an engine back so. In other words, yes, I am saying it's like season 1 Gordon. It is weird, it keeps like lurching forward. Which I think it's just because the car's starting to slow down and like they smack into each other and then those start to slow down. They jog along so they smack into these ones, start to slow down. That... Oi! Stop. Wow. You really don't want to stop. I mean, I blame the fucking cars behind you, but still. I'm impressed. Most of the time you engines are like, oh yeah, stopping? We'll stop. Especially ones like you. It is pretty crazy how quickly I can just amass funds from these little trains. We'll be at that 2,500 threshold in no time. And then I get to do my favorite thing called Torture the Shay. Not really. Not really. He's all mostly joke. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Shay and those couple of old cars that we have that we're just not ever going to use again because A, the game sucks when it comes to the mini cars. Even though I like how they look, they just are not, they don't work well enough for me to keep them around. Damn, are we still producing shit over here? This should be almost full. Yeah, this is full now. There, just so that this doesn't try to roll off, we'll tie a brake. Technically, it should probably be more in the middle of the train that I tied the brake, but that's fine. So, like, it stops perfectly fine on its own. The issue definitely isn't that it doesn't stop on its own. Because it does that, and it does it quite happily. It's just that it, doesn't like stopping when having a lot of weight behind it. Which makes sense. No train really ever does like stopping with weight behind it. And this is probably the best stopping train I have so far. I'd say so far because, you know. Sure, we'll pick up a better train eventually. In fact, I'd be surprised if we didn't. Yeah, you can stop on the hill. I have faith in you. So, yeah, I want to see how good it does. How quickly we can get from one side of the map with this thing to the other. I don't know. Backing up the line. We'll probably back up the line, test out how it does with that, and then call it, because, sadly, I don't really have a whole lot of energy left for today. Oh, wow, what the fuck happened? Did anyone see what we hit? How did that even happen? There's nothing that it could have touched that would have flung it off the track. It's just times like these where I wish we had the breakdown train. Come on. Not exactly how I wanted you to be, but sure, that works better. What the hell did we hit? That's my main question. I've never seen one of my trains do that before. Okay, so apparently they are still too powerful for my tracks. I never really built these tracks with something flying along at the fucking speed of like 20-30 miles an hour in mind, so I guess we'll try it again, see how it does. Because because of the reason I think it is, then it should have the accent be recreated down here. Maybe not to the same extent, but it should definitely affect it. No, no. Okay, well, we'll keep seeing. So the way it acted, it was like it hit a section of the track that was literally at a, like it bends and then it just sort of just jolts up. So it goes like at like a 90-degree angle basically on the actual track itself. Which happens occasionally, the game's splines bug out. Well, it's fine. Never mind, I lied, it's not fine. Oh yeah, no, I've definitely torn this train apart on it by its, whoops, already. Stop, I don't stop for anyone. Except for points that I'm trying to switch. Yeah. You know, I was hoping it'd be a straight turn, but that's fine. It would make more sense to go from the outermost parts, from where it would have been stored, I guess, technically. It'll never really need to go over to that town. It might send a delivery of goods over to that town via one of the other trains. Probably a goods train, like, you know, Percival, his whole job. Oh, well. It looks like Percy's basically out of fuel again. That's great. I wish he'd stop doing that. Well. Ow. God damn, that hurts. Sorry. Standing up hurts sometimes. And we'll see how good she does. Well, I guess he. Stanley, Percival, Everett. I guess they're all technically guys. The only female engine so far that I have is Hazel. Based on name, at least. I do like the name, though. That's quite fitting, I think. Like I said, the engine takes me as a Stanley. Originally, Stanley wasn't going to be a Temnal. It was going to be a Shay. But, because the Shay I have is probably going to be nameless, or it's going to be run by the less competent, Lakeside Railway Company. I think that it would make sense for it to be, I think it would make sense for, yeah. If you didn't know that's what happened to that bridge, I'll show you which bridge. I was like, we're going slow, I'll just give it some more steam. We're really not going slow. It's just a very long set of track we're traveling. So this thing takes forever. We've already been going for like 2 fucking minutes. This line is so unbelievably long. To be fair, I'm the one that built it, so I can't be upset. But I built it in mind of having, like, giant-ass engines that, like, basically just breeze past. I think I'm going to rework the, car storage station, too. In fact, I most definitely am. I know I am going to. I like this little thing, though. I'd say little. Again, it's more like a medium to large size engine. Probably more medium than large. There's much bigger engines out there. Like the Cook. Which I think will probably be my next goal, apart from the Shay. Because... Did I switch? Yeah, I spotted the lines. I'm good. But yeah, I want to go with the Cook, I think, is my next engine. I want to get something big, and the Cook is pretty big. But do I do the O? I think I do the 280 for the Cook. Yeah, I'll do the Cook 280 for the next one. It just makes more sense that way. I'm surprised we're running okay still. Figured it had an issue with some of our track. Did this thing not come with a full tender of water? Is that what happened? Or tank? Because it's got a tank back here. That's what this is. It's basically a built-on tender. Because rather than having it so that it had pony truck, driver, trailing wheel, maybe another trailing wheel so it didn't fall backwards, and then tender. They built the tender into the fucking frame and put it on a swivel joint. Which you'll see here in a second. Because yeah, it's built onto a little swivel joint here, which isn't actually animated for whatever reason. So it just looks like it's forcing itself over. But I built these with the, you know, top-heavy fucking DMG that tried to tip on any turn. I mean, this whole branch was built with that in mind. So theoretically, anything I own can drive on these. This is the only spot that might be a little interesting, but it's been doing fine elsewhere, so I think we'll be alright. I still love that little dock that you see as we come in. It looks nice. It's like someone lives here. I think... Hold on, where's my brake? Brake. Regulator, reverser, on, brake. I think I'm gonna build a house, like right over here. Or up here. Yeah, I'll build it up here. Or back over here in the trees. Wherever it gets built, it needs to look nice. So we'll go with number 4, which is this nice gray. I really do like this gray color. Yeah, someone lives here, you know, they come out every morning, come down across the train tracks to go fish or something. Or maybe they're the railway master. They look after this space. That's the wrong way! Anyway, we're almost there. I'm probably gonna have to fucking put the... Yeah. I will build some of the town myself, because I'm getting tired of trying to do it on stream. Getting distracted by 100,000 things and then just not doing it. Now, this thing is basically as long as one of the coaches. I think it is as long as one of the coaches. Alright. Well, I think that's been it for me today. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.